America. The line between justice and payback didn't blur, it snapped. On September 21st, Trump publicly tagged Attorney General Pam Bondi and told her to prosecute his political enemies by name: James Comey, Representative Adam Schiff, and New York Attorney General Letitia James. That isn't America or her values. It's a broadcast order to weaponize the Justice Department, and you watched it happen in real time. If you value the law more than any one politician, take this personally. When Trump brags about picking targets, the bullseye slides from them to you. I understand that many MAGA supporters think that Trump was targeted by Biden's DOJ, and I would argue, please read all the indictments for yourself. Trump was convicted of a jury of Americans, not Biden, not Schiff, and not the left. Even if Trump were indicted by a jury of his own family, MAGA, you still would find excuses why Trump was the victim, because that's what he and his mouthpieces have been telling you for the last 10 years. If Trump and his small group of billionaires have all the power with no accountability, they won't need you anymore, and then you become the target when you ask for better wages or medical treatment or food. Here's why it matters. For decades, both parties honored a firewall. No case-specific meddling from the White House. That isn't etiquette, it's oxygen for the rule of law. Even if you firmly believe Biden's DOJ went after conservatives, there is no evidence Biden ordered any investigation of anyone. Now Trump has publicly pushed to prosecute named opponents, plus reported personnel shuffling to get it done, including the ouster of a U.S. attorney who wouldn't indict Letitia James due to lack of evidence, and another one of Trump's personal attorneys to ensure charges will be filled at the request of Trump, not because of evidence or wrongdoing. When prosecutions become a loyalty test, justice turns into a scoreboard, and corrupt politicians become the refs. MAGA, do you want President Gavin Newsom deciding who should be prosecuted or canceled based on his feelings or beliefs? Let's talk law, not feelings. A president can set enforcement priorities, sure. He cannot reach into active cases and order who gets jailed. That's dangerous and un-American. DOJ contact rules and prosecutorial ethics are the do not cross tape for Democrats and Republicans. Rip it with corrupt intent, and you're sprinting into unlawful selective prosecution and obstruction territory, which means all of Trump's demanded prosecutions will get thrown out. DOJ's own rules draw bright, bloody lines, and federal courts demand neutral, evidence-based charging. Evidence, not ego. Facts, not fealty. Turn prosecutions into a loyalty test, and you've traded justice for personal vendettas. Don't both sides this with MAGA magic and myths. Remember the Phoenix tarmac fiasco and how angry and upset conservatives were. Bill Clinton's 2016 runway chat with AG Loretta Lynch was reckless and damaged public trust. The DOJ Inspector General even said so. The same IG also found no evidence they discussed any case. Compare that with Trump publicly instructing his AG to prosecute his rivals by name. One was idiotic optics by a shady politician. The other is a live attempt to direct prosecutions for payback. That's not both sidesism. That's not escalation. That's an authoritarian silencing rivals with state power. Context matters with AG Bondi. Years before becoming AG, the Trump Foundation cut an illegal $25,000 check to a pro-Bondi group while her office weighed complaints about Trump University. He later paid an IRS penalty. Fast forward to now, and he's telling her to jail his enemies. That's not draining the swamp. That's staffing it. If your ethics alarm isn't screaming, check your pulse then. When all your legal rights are stripped, you will be like every other Democrat, liberal, and immigrant trying to survive in Trump's America. Why this hits regular people. When prosecutions become Trump's sidearm, your rights become permissions. Say the wrong thing, back the wrong cause, drink the wrong beer, embarrass Trump, and the most powerful machine in government will swivel and fuck up your life. That chills speech, rigs the politician and cultural field, and replaces law with fear. Democracies don't always die with tanks. Sometimes they rot under enemies lists, and obedient attorneys general, and dumb shit FBI directors with a lazy eye. MAGA will say, Trump's just asking DOJ to enforce the law equally. The other side did worse. Equal enforcement means neutral standards, not naming enemies on social media and tying prosecutions to politics. As for worse, the Inspector General record is public. Bring dates, filings, and sworn testimony, or stop using the Constitution as campaign merch and shut the fuck up. Don't call it equal justice if the list starts with your enemies, because before long, you may be considered the enemy, and by then, you will have no laws to protect your due process. That is not a warning or a scare tactic. That is history, facts, and more likely America's future if nothing is done and more people don't start calling out the danger posed by Trump and his pack of nasty, dumb as shit ass clowns from Stephen Miller to JD Vance to Dana White. So what happens next? Does DOJ issue a public independence memo? Hell no. Do committee chairs schedule hearings under oath? Hell no, because MAGA controls all branches of government. Do career prosecutors resign or seek whistleblower protections? Maybe. Do the targets suddenly catch subpoenas designed for headlines more than courtrooms? Most definitely. Your wallet isn't the only thing at stake. Your rights are. Subscribe, comment, and share if you want a justice system that serves the public, not Trump or the next Democrat president. Then call your representative and demand justice remain independent, based on facts and evidence, not hurt feelings and victimhood mentality. Thank you for your attention to this matter.